see all your stains too.
My what?
Stains.
You can't see down here.
You see that one and that one. You can't take me nowhere.
Alright, welcome back, y'all. This is The Life of Leaf. I'm Leaf. This is my gal, Casey. What?
You can't do that.
Why? Why not?
That's not realistic.
Yes, it is.
Talking about my chair broke. I think we should just restart.
What?
You just talk so much for the intro. I think it just needs to be like what we're doing and go for it.
Alright, welcome back to the channel. This is The Life of Leaf. I'm Leaf, this is Casey, and we're going to talk about Alaska. So we're going to Alaska.
March 8th.
March 8th, and we have some questions that we want answered. We have 8 questions that we're going to go over with you guys. We're going to go to Alaska, and we're going to see if we can discover these items and these common misconceptions or stereotypes that people think of when they think of Alaska. So number one, it's what I get from everybody when I tell them I'm planning to move to Alaska at the end of the year, is cost of living. And we were told, you know, everybody says the cost of living is kind of high. So we want to see how true that is. Literally the first day we get there, our plan is, okay, not the day because it's going to be like really late, but the next day, first thing we're doing is going to a grocery store. What kind of grocery stores do they have up there, Casey?
Walmart, Fred Meyer, which is our Kroger, Target.
I always forget about the Target.
I'm sure there's other stores, but we're gonna go to Walmart because we obviously have a Walmart that we can compare to.
Right. So we want to go, and we've looked some things up, but we want to go pick up some typical items that we would actually be purchasing and just see how crazy the prices are, or if they are or not. So number 2, and I think it's one of the coolest things that we're going to discuss, is the Northern Lights. So that's another thing I thought about when going up there, is being able to see the Northern Lights. I've always wanted to see that. Unfortunately, a lot of things I've read say that it's not as visible, especially in Anchorage, for one, because it's more southern Alaska, and 2,
A lot of city lights.
when you're in the city lights kind of disrupt being able to see the Northern Lights. So hopefully I can get on camera. We might have to make just a little jog out of town, and hopefully we'll experience the Northern Lights. The third is going to be an Alaskan dog sled team. So there's apparently a big race in Alaska called the Iditarod.
He never knew it existed.
I've never heard of that until like a month ago. But apparently it's a big deal, and you know, I feel like people think about dog sledding all the time up there, and so we're gonna hopefully encounter like some actual legitimate dog sleds.
Well,
Sled dogs.
dogs that are on the dog sled team.
Yeah, like hooked up to a sled though, you think? That would be super cool.
Sure, but that's probably more central and northern. But you never know. We don't know.
It would, if we just saw like some dogs that we knew that were legit dog sled team dogs. I keep confusing that. But the ultimate like top
Would be to see 'em
tier would be
lined up.
like, yeah, like actual dog sleds hooked up to a friggin' sled. Like that would make my day. Number 4 is regarding the wildlife. If you Google Alaska, you'll see a bunch of people with pictures of like sitting on the front porch and a moose is out in the front yard in like downtown. So that's kind of the next one on our list, is just to see if we encounter any wildlife in town.
Preferably just a moose, though.
Preferably a moose, or anything greater than like your typical things like a raccoon or a skunk or a possum.
Okay.
A bear would be kind of cool if it's kind of far away. And I don't really know what other animals that we might encounter, but moose, I think, is the most typical one you'll think of.
Okay. You know,
Or if you can see Callie back there.
when Jimmy went to Alaska, he saw a moose.
Really? Was he out in the boondocks, or was he in?
He's in town. The moose was chilling by the mailbox eating, like, down by their flower bed. I don't know if they have like a legit flower bed there, but
I've seen him like
around.
on one of those like walks that go across highways and stuff. Like I feel like I saw a picture one time of one like standing on one of those, which would just be crazy.
Well, let's see if we see one.
Yeah. Number 5 is regarding yeah, the weather. You think of Alaska and you think cold automatically, but is that true?
Well, yes, it's going to be cold, but everyone thinks it's like, every time we say we're going, they're like, it's freezing there, like, freezing.
So we want to see if it's really like that ridiculous or if it's tolerable.
Now, Anchorage probably, we've been tracking on the weather app, Anchorage and Fairbanks. Anchorage, I think, is tolerable.
Fairbanks is not.
I mean, today was -6 or 9?
-9.
-9.
So it's a good 20 or 30 degrees colder. I'm hoping that we're around 30 degrees come March in Anchorage, but
We'll see. To go along with that,
okay.
the next one.
Dark. So the next thing is the darkness. In fact, I just recently was talking to someone about that, and they said they couldn't move there because they'd be too depressed because the lack of sunlight all the time. And interestingly, from some research we've done, I told her that it's only like half the year or less. So I think people think it's just like completely dark there, but actually it's dark and then it's light and then a mix. So just like here, I mean, we lose daylight, you know, in the wintertime we lose some daylight, right? Up there it's just more significant, but I don't think it's dark all the time. And when we're up there, just kind of be conscious of it and think of like when it rises and when it sets. I mean, it's like what time now? 5:30 here, and it's still pretty light out, so we'll just see how it compares.
I don't remember when it was, but when we looked it up one time, and it said it set at like 3 or 4 p.m.
You can see the sunrise and sunset, and I think it was like sunrise was between 10 and 11, and sunset was probably between 4 and 5, which when you think about it, that is pretty shortened, but still. But also the thing is, the sunrise, and when it does, you know, it is in the air, it's like, it's still not very bright. It's like a low, you know, when our sun rises, like, goes across the sky.
Like skims.
This is like right on the baseline of the skyline, so it's still not as bright.
But also to go with, like, everyone says it's gonna be like 24-hour darkness and stuff like that. There's also, in summer times, 24 hours or longer period of daylight.
Yeah, this is true. In the summers, in the peak of the summer, there's way more light than there is dark, and vice versa. So at least you get, like, you know, at half of the year you get more sunlight.
And what did they say, like tea time at midnight?
Yeah, you could be starting your round of golf at midnight, you know, without the lights on or anything, which is pretty cool. In baseball games,
Like
going on the stadium with no lights on, which could be cool, or I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I would feel about that. You'd have to have a bunch of light shading curtains and all that. So, but maybe working a night job would be nice.
Maybe, yeah, you would never know.
No different. Number 7 is dog friendlinessism.
Dog-friendly town.
Dog friendly town, or where I just made up the dog friendlinessism. Is it strong there?
I've read an article that Anchorage is a really dog-friendly town. Everybody will be out walking their dogs. So we just want to really know if it's true or not, because I got puppers.
If we're gonna see like just buttloads of people out
Strolling with their dogs,
you know, or if like they're going inside of stores, perhaps.
Yeah, hey, that's kind of, let's tag that like part B of this question. Are dogs allowed in a lot more stores than they are here?
Yeah, because here people don't Although it is becoming pretty popular
Yeah.
that you
A dog will come in. I mean, I see them all the time in the mall.
just get a vest for it that says helper dog and prints in that when we go there.
Number 8.
Number 8, and the final thing, and the best thing,
Is
the beauty. So, we're going to be in, is Anchorage the capital?
Juno.
Juneau's the capital?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to be in Anchorage, which is it's a big city and things. So we kind of want to see really how, of course, like Alaska's, is it on there?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Alaska is beautiful,
You'll never know the answer until you watch the video.
Well, you would say if it weren't, because you'd be like, you can delete that. Anyway, the beauty of Alaska is, absolute. There's no question about that. But it's more so like how astonished we are. And if we have the same thought of everybody else, everybody comes back and says it's like the best thing ever.
Right.
So that's first. Secondly is like the city. Honestly, I want to know if Anchorage, like how is Anchorage? Like, is it pretty like Bloomington pretty, or is it like any other city? I don't know. But it's also like, thirdly to that is if we can see mountainous ranges.
On like outside, like from the city and inside the city, if we can see like on the outside.
Yeah, I want to see if you can really see the mountains and stuff outside the city. So
They say though you can be downtown Anchorage or just really wherever, drive 15 minutes out, and you'll feel like you're in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, so this is true. So obviously our plan is to see if we can encounter everything on this list, record it, we'll let you know when we come back, but also if we don't encounter a moose in town, we're going to try to get some kind of video of wildlife. So we're going to get video of everything on here. That's the ultimate goal, but we're hoping that we can capture all these things without having to like search them out,
Oh, sure. If it'll just happen to us.
Yeah, it happened to us naturally.
Got it.
If we experience all these things naturally, some will be easier than others.
Right. True.
So anyway, that's our little update and adventure that we're partaking in soon. And
Those are our top 8. But if you have any more,
if you think of any questions, any stereotypes that you think about Alaska,
what comes to your head when you think about Alaska?
we're just 2 brains. There are several more brains that could have input in this. Comment below. Let us know if you think of anything, and we'll search it out. If you comment on there and let us know what you think, we'll find it, we'll record it, and we'll bring it back right here
Okay, right here.
around March 14th.
Well, are we also going to video Katie's trip? Because you might want to postpone it a little bit, because we will still be in Kentucky on the 14th, so.
True. So, by March 19th.
You might be pushing it there, too.
Okay. So,
By the end of March.
end of March, we will have the data. The data will be in, and we'll let you know what we find. So, thanks for watching.